There is one question that instantly reveals whether you are truly living or merely going through the motions. One question that slices through every excuse, every rationalization, every comfortable lie you tell yourself about why tomorrow will somehow be different. The most powerful man of the ancient world asked himself this question every single morning. Not because he was morbid, not because he was depressed, but because he understood something most people never figure out. Without this question, life slowly drifts toward regret. And here is what should concern you. Almost no one is asking it. People are busy. They are productive. They have plans, goals, and schedules. But they are not actually living. They are postponing, preparing, waiting for some imaginary moment when real life finally begins. That moment does not exist. In the next few minutes, you will discover the exact question he used to prevent himself from wasting his life. More importantly, you will learn how to answer it honestly, which is far more uncomfortable than you expect. Because if you cannot answer this question truthfully, you are wasting your life right now. Today. This very moment. Let's begin. Before revealing the question, you must understand why most people avoid it. We are conditioned to avoid confronting life's fundamental realities: death, meaning, and time. These subjects make people uncomfortable. So instead, we build elaborate systems of distraction, work, entertainment, social media, endless consumption, anything to avoid asking the basic question: what am I actually doing with the limited time I have? The Stoics did not allow themselves that luxury. One of them said it clearly: it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Life is long enough if it is well invested. Read that again. Life is long enough. The real problem is not lack of time. It is lack of intention. Another philosopher asked a sharper question: how long will you wait before demanding the best from yourself? Not tomorrow. Not next year. Not when circumstances are perfect. Now. Today. This moment. The question you are about to hear forces you to confront whether you are demanding the best from yourself or settling for comfort, distraction, and slow decay disguised as responsibility. Most people cannot handle this confrontation. They feel uncomfortable and immediately return to distraction. Do not be most people. Here is the question. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, what you say, and what you think. Simple. Devastating. Impossible to escape. This was not a one-time reflection. It was a daily anchor. A reality check. A filter for every action, word, and thought. When you truly internalize this question, the nonsense falls away. Petty arguments become irrelevant. Grudges become absurd. Postponed dreams become urgent. Pretending to be someone you are not becomes tragic. This is not about obsessing over death. It is about using mortality as a lens that clarifies everything. When you realize life could end at any moment, what truly matters becomes obvious, and what does not matter becomes equally clear. Now, let's apply it. First, let it determine what you do. Look at your real schedule, not what you claim to value, but how you actually spent your time last week. How much time went toward what genuinely matters to you? How much disappeared into mindless scrolling, pointless consumption, and habits you do not even enjoy? If you could leave life right now, would you be proud of how you spent today? You protect your money. You guard your possessions. Yet you waste time as if it were infinite. Hours spent on things that do not matter, with people who drain you, in pursuit of goals you do not truly care about. Why? Because facing what you genuinely want is terrifying. It requires change. It requires risk. It requires admitting that the path you are on might be wrong. So you stay busy, distracted, convinced that someday, when things calm down, you will begin living intentionally. You will make mistakes. You will waste time. That is human. The real question is whether you correct course or accept waste as your default setting. Here is your exercise. Write down everything you did yesterday, hour by hour. Then ask yourself honestly, if I had died last night, would I be satisfied with how I spent my final day? If the answer is no, what will you change today? Second, let this question determine what you say. Most speech is noise, complaints, gossip, pointless opinions, rehearsed stories, anxious speculation. Very little of it is necessary. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Ask yourself, if I died after saying this, would these be words I am proud of? Is there someone you have not thanked? Someone you have not told you love? Someone you owe an apology? Meanwhile, how much time have you spent arguing with people who will not change, discussing problems you will not solve, or gossiping about those who are not present?
Speak less.
Say what matters. Express gratitude. Tell the truth, even when it is uncomfortable. Stop filling silence with words that will not matter a week from now. Third, let this question determine what you think. Your thoughts shape your decisions. Your decisions shape your actions. Your actions shape your life. Most thoughts are undisciplined, reactive, anxious, repetitive. If you could leave life right now, would you still spend hours replaying old insults, imagining worst-case scenarios, or comparing yourself to others? Or would you focus on what is within your control? This question is not meant to make you fearful. It is meant to make you clear. Clear about your priorities. Clear about your relationships. Clear about your actions. Clear about your words. And clear about your thoughts. You could leave life right now. Let that determine how you live today. Resentment, comparison, judgment, fantasizing about different circumstances while doing nothing to create them. It was once written, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. So be honest. What is the quality of yours? How much of your mental energy goes toward worrying about things outside your control? Replaying past events you cannot change? Imagining future disasters that will probably never happen? Judging others for choices that do not affect you? Feeling sorry for yourself? Envying what others have instead of feeling gratitude for what you already possess? Now compare that to how much time you spend planning meaningful action, appreciating the present moment, improving your character, or contributing to others. If you could leave life right now, would you be satisfied with what occupied your mind today? Or would you realize you wasted your consciousness on mental garbage? It was wisely observed. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Most job stress is not the work itself, but the thoughts about the work. Most relationship anxiety is not what is happening, but the stories you create about what might happen. Financial fear is often not present lack, but imagined future catastrophe. Circumstances are usually manageable. Uncontrolled thoughts create suffering. The Stoics practiced constant mental intervention. When destructive thought patterns appeared, they interrupted them. They asked, is this thought useful? Is it true? Does it serve the person I want to become? If the answer was no, they let it go, not suppressed, not denied, acknowledged and released. Try this today. Set a reminder every hour. When it goes off, notice what you were just thinking. Write it down. At the end of the day, review the list. If today had been your last day, would you be proud of where your mind spent its energy? Your mind is your most powerful tool. Are you using it? Or is it using you? Now here is where it becomes uncomfortable. When most people hear the statement, you could leave life right now, let that determine what you do and say and think, they immediately imagine dramatic changes, quitting their job, ending relationships, moving across the world. That is ego avoiding the real work. The question is not asking you to destroy your life. It is asking you to fully inhabit the life you already have. To stop being physically present but mentally absent. To stop doing everything halfway. To stop waiting for real life to begin. It was said clearly, first decide who you want to be, then do what is required, now, in your current circumstances. The person wasting life is not necessarily the one in the wrong job or city. It is the person who is never fully engaged with anything, always mentally elsewhere, always waiting, waiting for the weekend, waiting for the promotion, waiting for retirement, waiting for perfect conditions. Meanwhile, life passes. The Emperor of Rome faced war, plague, betrayal, and personal tragedy. Yet he still found time to reflect deeply, to be present, to live intentionally. Not because he had more time, but because he valued time differently. You have the same choice. The question is not whether your circumstances are ideal. They never will be. The question is whether you are showing up fully to the circumstances you have. Are you present with the people in front of you, or distracted while they speak? Are you engaged in your work, or merely counting the hours? Are you appreciating this moment, or rushing toward the next? If life ended right now, none of those future moments you are racing toward would matter. What would matter is whether you were truly alive for the moments you were given.
Stop waiting.
Start living. Now, let's get practical. First, make the question visible. Write it somewhere you will see every morning. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, and say and think. Put it on your phone wallpaper, your mirror, your desk, your journal. Its power is not in reading it once. It is in confronting it daily until it reshapes your decisions. Second, practice death meditation. Once a week, calmly imagine that this is your final day. What would you regret not doing, not saying, not becoming? Write those down. Then compare them to how you are spending your week. Adjust accordingly. Third, use remembrance of mortality when making decisions. When choosing how to spend your evening or how to respond to someone, ask, what would I choose if this were my last week alive? Not dramatic. Intentional. Fourth, conduct an evening review. Before bed, reflect. Did I waste today? Did I act like the person I want to become? Where did I fail? Where did I succeed? What will I improve tomorrow? This is not about perfection. It is about awareness. Fifth, and most important, act immediately. Insight without action is self-deception. If you need to have a difficult conversation, schedule it this week. If something is draining your time, reduce it this week. If you have postponed something meaningful, begin this week. While you wait for life, life passes. So, let's bring this home. You could leave life right now. This is not meant to depress you. It is meant to awaken you. Most people live as if time is infinite. They waste years in work they hate, relationships that drain them, habits that mean nothing. They postpone joy, delay truth, wait for perfect conditions. Then one day, they look back and realize they never truly lived. Do not let that be you. Mortality does not paralyze. It clarifies. It focuses you. It forces presence. Right now, this hour, this moment, what does that truth demand from you? Call someone you love. Take action on something you can change. Start what you have been postponing. Stop performing. Start being real. Stop drifting. Start steering. Do not merely understand this philosophy. Embody it. Because here is the truth. If you are not asking this question regularly, you are wasting your life. Every unconscious day is gone forever. Every wasted conversation cannot be recovered. Every hour given to distraction is stolen from what matters. So, ask yourself honestly, if you could leave life right now, would you be satisfied with how you spent today? If not, what are you going to do about the rest of it? Do not wait.
Do.
The question has exposed the truth. Now, the only thing left is action.